This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday Night Sports Delight, platform sports talk show. What's going on, party people? It is your boy Smooth. That is Smooth with 3 O's. Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday Night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. This is the main show. So when you see me on the screen, you know it is the main show. The reason why I said because we have so many great shows under the platform sports talk show network. Make sure you and your whole crew go ahead and follow the Platform Sports Talk Show Network all across social media. We on Facebook, we on the X, we on Instagram. Go on YouTube, subscribe and click on that bell. So anytime we go live, you will be notified. Shoot us the email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. The reason why I say that is that if y'all know someone that will be an incredible guest that we need to have on the show who loves sports, or maybe we can go out on location, do a wonderful show at a rooftop or any type of great remote location. We can make that happen. Shoot us an email, once again, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. If you can't watch the show, it is all good. We understand life be lifing, but you can also listen to the show hot365radio.com or via the app. You can catch the replay of the most recent show each and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check out their website, hot365radio.com, or download the app, no matter if you have Android, iPhone, iPad, whatever it is. There's no excuses. They also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/hot365radio. Now, once again, that's it. That's the main show. And the reason why I say it's the main show, because every first Wednesday of the month, to start off your month, every month, you have Ladies Night, the best panel of ladies who love sports. Shouts out to the women who be doing amazing things, having amazing guests, like they had 2 weeks ago with Briante Maroney. Great conversation. Getting to know about what she does and the importance of mental health and athletes and sports, and also talking about generational wealth as well. Then every last Wednesday of the month, you have the Man Cave, where anything can go down. So shouts out to the fellas, Stan, Sadal, T-Bone, Craig Black, Rio, for doing such an incredible job. Every show has their own different thing going, different opinions. And it's just a beautiful thing that we have right here on the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. Going strong. It'll be officially 9 years of the Platform Sports Talk Show Network next month. So very excited about that. And continue to pray for the Platform Sports Talk Show Network and for Smoooth Productions. Speaking of Smoooth Productions, outside of the Platform Sports Talk Show Network, you do have Smooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. Go ahead and give a follow on YouTube, Smooth Conversations. Once again, Smooth with 3 O's. And also check out beatdistrictradio.com, also known as The District. because we are the district. So check out the website once again, beatdistrictradio.com, or download the app. Once again, no matter if it's Android, iPhone, iPad, we got you. Just go ahead and make that happen. But I have amazing conversations that I have with so many different people who have so many different stories to tell, from what they from their story from their beginning to present day. People who are just doing such amazing things, whether it's locally or nationally. I get them on the show, and we just have transparent, 100% real conversations, man. And it's been truly a blessing to have that show. So if you haven't checked out no, I'm sorry, the 2 years worth of shows, you're missing out, man. So check it out. Subscribe on YouTube, click that bell as well. So that's all the promo. Now it's time to get on to the crew. Man, I'm excited tonight because woo, I have a fully loaded panel this evening. I'm excited now. I am the only male on the show right now. I'm surrounded with some incredible, talented, knowledgeable ladies from Ladies Night. So I'm looking forward to the conversation. So, fellas from the Man Cave, don't be shy to be part of the main show now. Don't be like, I can't handle it. I know it's the main show. The lights are brighter here, but you're going to still talk about some sports, man. So, up first, holding things down in the kitchen. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you're ready. Okay, she ready. Make sure she's not muted, because y'all know she be whipping them pots. And now she got her hair done, her face done, her nails did. She up in this thing. Had a busy weekend. Bunny, what's happening with you?
Woo, child. Happy hump day. Happy post 314 day. You know, we from the loop and we proud, right? Yeah.
Right,
What's
right.
good?
Man, everything was good, man. So 314 day. Yes. It was dope, man. It was refreshing because for me and my family, last year 314 day was when a tornado happened at night
Mm-hmm.
and just destroyed our neighborhood. And I'm proud to say that the neighborhood has definitely been restored, or I'll probably say about maybe 90%. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a full year. Still got some houses that need to be finished up. But the neighborhood looks so much better than it did by this time last year. So shouts out to everyone who just been been prayed up and been able to recover from the events, man. So that's what's up. But yeah, how was your 314 day, Bunny?
It was good. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Are they, is it too loud in there?
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
you good.
I'm trying to hear myself think that's how it was. But no, 314 day was great. Um, represent with our STL attire and what did I do? Damn, it's a blur. Okay, personal that and cousins. Okay, got it. I was like, what? Hey, I wasn't outside like the Saunders, but y'all like I had a great time too. I mean, I was outside, but not 314 directly, but it was
Right.
good though. It's good. I'm happy to see that the city was live and everybody's embraced it. Found out it's 20 years with 314 Day. It started off smaller and you can see how big it's gotten across
Mm-hmm.
all the region and racial background, genders. Everybody's embraced it. So I love to see that. And of course, you got other major cities biting on what we did first. You know, I ain't gonna hate, but I'm just saying. St. Louis, 314, we did it first. Now everybody with their own day. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear myself think, but good job, ladies. Yeah, so it was
But
fun
no,
though.
all good. And it was good to see you back on the show. Up next, hold things down from the Boondocks. Joe Bo, the ball knower. What's happening?
Bald knower. And like we talked about last week, puck knower. Okay, Alex Ferrario, agree with some of the things I said, alright? But what's up? I'm happy 314 this year was nicer. I wasn't pregnant, stuffed in a tiny room in the basement, fearing for our lives. You know.
Right.
So but no, it was a beautiful day and we went to the comic shop and then went spent time out on the deck and just it was just a beautiful night and tried to take it in, as a family. So 314 was a lot better than last year.
Yeah, and I would say for me, one of the spots that we went to, they had like this block party over in Overland Plaza, and this like where Murphy Lee, Keywan, a lot of St. Louis artists, and St. Louis figures, like even Lawrence Maroney and his wife Briante, who y'all talked to, they were there. And so as soon as I saw her, or saw them from a distance, I'm like, "Come on, babe, let's go to the back." Where all the big name people were. So then it was like, shoot, am I a big name? Because now I'm in the in the area and people are coming to me like, hey, what up, Smooth, and whatever. So I felt like I'm getting up there a little bit, but it was dope. Then it was to take some photos, talk to some people, network, and really be like, hey, I want to get you on this, I want to get you on that, and the whole nine. And you would have thought that my wife and Briante Maroney were like best friends. They took photos together. They kicking it. They dancing. They, hey girl, what's going? Whatever. So I'm like, all right, look at Hazelwood Central in the building, holding things down.
I mean, they had the whole Beyonce thing going, so
Right,
it makes
right.
sense. Makes sense.
All right. So then, last but definitely not least, our newest addition to the main show. Y'all got to get some. If you ain't had none, you got to get some, and that's Fate. What's going on with your Fate?
Oh.
Uh-oh, what happened to her?
She was just there. Come on. We gotta have
Right.
faith, y'all. We got to have faith.
she hit the wrong button, I think. So we're gonna wait till she
Okay.
come back.
We gotta have
She
faith, y'all.
did worse than your intro.
I know.
Here we go.
Buddy's
Another shot fired
muted.
already.
Buddy's muted and Faith just dips.
The Wi-Fi went out.
We can't win for losing with y'all.
Oh man. Okay, here she goes. All right, we're gonna try this one more again.
Gotta have that faith, y'all.
Gotta have that
Pause.
faith and that great Wi-Fi. Faith, what's happening?
Faith and good Wi-Fi, y'all. Okay. How's it going, everybody? How is it going? I'm so glad to be here tonight on the main show.
On the main show. How was your 314 day?
Actually, it was really good. Just like everybody else, very, very nice. Excited to have some pleasant weather, and so I was outside like everybody else, you know what I mean? So it was nice. Hit a couple places too, but again, like I have not sat down, I feel like since the beginning of the year. So just like Bunny, I feel like I need to take a seat. So I feel like this last weekend is gonna be my last weekend. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to see a show on Sunday, but then that's probably gonna be it. It's gonna be it for a minute.
Yeah, and I was saying this before the show, but shouts out because Faith has some even better lighting now. So she glowing now, y'all. Let's go. The production is like on point. She said, "Get you some.
Get you some. Get you some." I'm just saying. I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
I'm ready. Smooth with 3 O's. Ready to go.
And you mentioned how you went different places. We went to like I think 3 different places on Saturday, and by the time it was like 9 o'clock, I felt like I was 40-something years old.
I feel
That's when I say I have nothing
it.
left to give.
Man.
Nothing left.
But it was so pleasant. I will say, I will give a shout out to that. Like, it was so pleasant. I didn't have any problems. Like, everywhere I went, like, was good vibes. And so I just had a really good time over the weekend. So I give shout out to St. Louis for that.
And what's crazy is that during my younger years, when I went out, like I barely sat down. You know what I'm saying? I was always just the one on the dance floor, partying up, doing my thing. But now, if I stand for a long time, all right, it's time for a seat. Where's the seats at?
And you know what else I like saying? I'm here for a good time, but not a long time.
Right. So it's like trying to find a seat. And then if the venue starts to get too packed, where it's like, okay, if I move to the right or to the left, I'm hitting someone. No.
No, I don't do crowded and I don't do crazy parking. So like, if it's not a situation where there's going to be some parking that's easy for me, don't invite me because I'm not coming.
So I know Jobo was the youngest, right here on this show. So Jobo, were you ever like someone that used to go out to like bars and clubs?
Not really. Me and Brennan started dating like right out of high school, and we'd have some bars here and there, but not a club type of gal. Okay, that's not my vibe. But I'll hit up, the bars and whatnot, which is fun. But no, we've always kind of been just chill. Usually we had the parties at our house or our apartment at the time, and that's when everyone came over and we had a good time that way.
Yeah. And the last thing, because you mentioned parking, something that do not prefer to do in my age is pay to get in to a venue.
That's rough for me.
I ain't doing it.
That's really rough. I can't remember the last time I paid to get in anywhere, to be honest. It's been a long time. A long time.
The only time I can think of is if I was like maybe out of town, like Vegas or something. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That's different. I was thinking, more St. Louis, but yes, I
Right.
paid to get in places out of town for sure. More recently, but here it's been a minute.
I'm like, how much? All right, have a good day.
See ya next time.
Moving on.
Not for me, not tonight.
There you go. So speaking of moving on, let's get right into it, man. A lot of sports has gone down since last time we was on the show last Wednesday, and we got to go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna have Faith go ahead and start things off. And you now have my attention. What sports story or stories has your attention? Of course, outside of our upcoming topics.
Yeah, so for me, it's gonna have to have something to do with some tennis. And wait, how do I do my finger? Here we go. This person right here. There have been a lot of rumors, and we've heard this since the end of last year, when the New York Times and a couple of other sources reported that Serena entered the anti-doping pool back at the end of last year. There were rumors, surrounding her possibly coming back into the game, reinstating her into the realm of ITF tennis and into the WTA. That actually kicked off, those rumors kicked off, actually started spinning a little bit more over the last couple of weeks during the Indian Wells tournament, where Novak Djokovic actually had something to say about her coming back during Wimbledon. And then that got the rumor mill spinning, saying that he said that it would be the perfect, time, she's going to come back, it would be the perfect time for her to come back during the Wimbledon tournament, which I think is in June or July. And then everybody knows that Venus is also back already. She's been playing, hasn't been winning. She's actually playing in the Miami tournament that's happening right now. Lost in her first round in Indian Wells. Hoping that she could get at least one match under her belt. Has not won a single match, but people are thinking that maybe her and Serena will gang up to play doubles at some point. And then the rumor mill kind of sped up even further when Serena's childhood coach, came out and said inevitably that he believes that it is a fact that she will come back to play tennis. She has in fact been using male sparring partners in practice, and she has been seen practicing with Alicia Parks, who is a fellow WTA professional who is ranked in the top, I believe, 100. And so if you are sparring with professionals, especially male professionals, especially as hitting partners, this is not just her exercising. This is not just her, playing around. I think that these rumors may actually be true, and we may be looking at a Serena comeback. Especially when you ask Serena, it has gone from she's absolutely not coming back to she'll leave the door open to the possibilities. There are always possibilities. And so her rhetoric has also changed around the topic. And so we will see, and we will continue to wait, and we will continue to hold our breath to see when Serena makes her return. And she is also obviously in very good shape. And so we will see. And that has gotten my attention in the tennis world.
Okay. And I know, Bunny, you had a question about Serena and her comeback. You put in the chat, what would be her reason why? So, Faith, well, with her, her age now and everything, because she's already done everything that you need to do, what would be her reason you think that she would want to come back after all this time off?
To be honest, I think Serena is one above all a champion. So she wants to win. And I think that if she can come back in peak condition and in peak shape and then can win matches, it will be a grind. But if she can win, she wants to do that. But she's also, like you said, has also done everything, won everything. But I think that there's one thing that she hasn't done, and she's sitting at 23 major championships, and Margaret Court is sitting at 24 major championships in the open era. And I think that that is the one thing that Serena has not accomplished in her career. And to be completely honest, if she were to come back and chase anything, that would be it. She had several chances before she retired. She got pregnant. She had several chances, after that. And I think that if she were to come back, that would definitely be a goal of hers. But again, Serena doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. And if she were to come back, she would just be able to just play freely. But I don't think that that would be her mindset at all, because Serena is a champion. And if she comes back, she's going to come back to win. And if she does, that would be her goal, to win those major championships, to beat Margaret Court and take that record.
Gotcha. Joe Bo, you up next.
Mine is just all this talk today. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but Jack Hughes talking about the golden goal puck is in the Hockey Hall of Fame, which is in Canada, and I don't know if it's more so he wants the puck for himself or he just wants the puck here, but he's a little pissed off about it. And then the NHL's like, well, it's not your puck to have. But the Olympics isn't. NHL doesn't run the Olympics, so
Right.
why does it get to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Canada when an American scored this goal? It's the first time they won gold in 40 or 30 years, whatever it was, and I don't know. And the NHL snaps back at him, so I don't know. That's something like them snapping back like that and saying, why it doesn't belong to him is kind of annoying to me. But yeah, that's something that kind of caught my attention today, and obviously everything else we talk about in the next segment.
That's like telling Barry Bonds that his last home run that or his home run, his what is it, his record setting home run that he hit, that ball doesn't belong to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
so yeah, I didn't like
petty.
how they replied.
It sounds petty, but can you say that it's in Canada?
Yeah.
The country that he beat to score the winning goal, and it's stored in Canada.
Yeah, and everyone on social media is like, well, you can go see it for $30 in Canada. Like, that's kind of messed up. And I think there is, just from the small research I did, there is like another like Hall of Fame here in the United States, in Minnesota. Like, if anything, maybe move it there, but I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me.
That's petty. Bunny, what has your attention?
When I actually touch on Jobo's favorite topic / sport, the baseball, but it's the World Baseball Classic. No surprise that our good old USA team got the L against Venezuela, but 3-2, not bad. Just a week ago, Jobo was highly perturbed, but they didn't know what they need to do just to get farther advanced in the World Baseball Classics. But they got it together, Jobo, and they made it to the finals and took the L. So that was part one. And the other thing that has my attention is the NBA is about to ditch out 2 more expansion teams. And of course, it's not St. Louis, which I'm sad about again. Vegas and Seattle, which Seattle had a team. The owner had a hissy fit on a new stadium. Taxpayers said no in Seattle. He moved them to OKC. So they get to get another team though, yet St. Louis can't get even the thought of since the St. Louis Spirit Day. So there's that. That has my attention.
Man, you know what? I am shocked at all 3 of y'all for not mentioning that the WNBA came to an agreement. I am shocked that no one brought that up.
I was thinking about bringing it up, but I was like, that's definitely a ladies' night topic, which is in a couple of weeks, but it's still relevant now, and it's tentative because, of course, everybody has to agree on it. But it definitely is a relief because y'all know I've been talking about it for months, ever since what's her name went off from the commissioner, and she still got that damn
Months,
position,
buddy.
y'all. She's
Months,
still in that
buddy.
position after all that, all the dirty laundry aired out about the commission. She's still there, y'all.
Yes.
Mm.
Bonnie, I told you she's not gonna leave.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper was yelling in Manfred's face in a clubhouse last year. Manfred's still here. Like
Yeah, I was just about to say it's still there.
Yeah.
it
Not
doesn't
not
matter.
going anywhere.
The
Not going
WNBA
anywhere.
commission does not get credit for this bargaining agreement. If she does, I still don't want her to get credit because I don't like her. But yes, I'm happy that they finally came to agreement. Salary cap raise, the what's the other thing? Minimum salary rate.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, so as Bunny was saying, new salary cap starting at 7 million, up from 1.5 million. Average revenue share of nearly 20% across deal. Supermax starting at 1.4 million, and average salary range of 600K, minimum above 300K. And there was players that was making like 60K
Right.
prior to this.
Right.
So if you have just a regular, not no 9 to 5, job, you probably making more than a WNBA player who's traveling, what I'm saying, almost every other day for what, 4 or 5 months of the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy, but it is a great day. Now you said that Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA president, should not be getting the just due for everything she did. The person who should is Nneka Umgumake. I said it right. Yes. Because, Bunny, you trying to get that name for like the last 18 shows of Ladies Night. But no, she says that I have here, let me get this a little bit bigger. We've always believed that as this game grows, the players who power it must grow with. That belief brought us together, not just for ourselves, but for those who built this league and those who will carry it forward. We challenged one another, we listened, and we stayed at the table when it mattered most. This CBA delivers on that commitment. For the first time, player salaries are tied to a truly meaningful share of league revenue, driving exponential growth in the salary cap, increasing average compensation beyond $500,000, and raising the professional standard across facilities, staffing, and support. It strengthens housing and retirement and expands resources for family planning and parental leave. It redefines what it means to be a professional in this league. This agreement is a direct result of our players' commitment to ownership of their value and their future, and the strength of a player-led union. It is an honor to represent this group of women, and we will continue to push forward, raising the bar for all women across sports and beyond. Thank you to our fans who understood what was at stake, stood with us, and never stopped believing. Now we get back to work for ourselves and for the game that we all love. And something just to think about as I was reading that one part about the parental part. These ladies are had to take off part of the season or full season because they may get pregnant. And you think about that's you had the baby ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole for the rest of your life. So women who are playing in the game, and yes, it's monumental. You know what I'm saying? The salary cap, the revenue, everything. But ladies should not have to worry about if I get pregnant, will I not have housing, or will I not get paid enough to be able to support myself, my significant other, and my child. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely a huge deal, definitely dope. And as I've been saying to y'all ladies for the last few months now, so almost probably a couple years now, it just seems like more and more y'all are making such a important and great impact, you know what I'm saying, in the world of sports. So salute to y'all ladies, man.
Thank you. And what's real quickly piggybacking on the parental, what's crazy because even in society, regular, not athletic side, still a lot of jobs, companies, agencies do not offer to pay parental leave, let alone time to spend with your child when they're first born. and if they give you time off, it's unpaid. Of course, we know with the gender issue because a lot of rules are not made by the women who these ones that need it, but we're not the one get to make these rules, unfortunately, because it makes no sense. And they always said the most progressive country, yet the other countries that aren't as progressive as we are doing what we need to be getting done. But shout out to WNBA for making sure that was in there with their the WNBA, make sure that that was something that was like a non-negotiable. So very important.
Yeah, most definitely. And then on the NBA front, very soon. So I have here on the screen right now, if the playoffs start today, this is the seeding along with, of course, what the fourth year now of the play-in tournament. And this is what is so good about this season is that you're seeing teams on here that you may not have thought would be in a position that they are. I'm looking at on the East, looking at the Pistons. They're the number one seed, y'all. The Pistons are playing some basketball. So shouts out to I believe it's not Bernie Bickerstaff, but it's son of JB, I believe, Bickerstaff. But shouts out to him. They got the first seed. Second seed, Boston Celtics. And speaking of Boston, over the last week and a half now, Jason Tatum, St. Louis own, has came back from a devastating injury in the playoffs last year, Achilles tear, and ever since game one, there has been no restrictions. It hasn't been like the coach said, no, you're gonna play just 20 minutes. No, you ready? We're gonna treat you like everyone else. And he's been doing that, and he's been showing out. And what I love is that when he first came out, you could tell he was just waiting for at least one shot to go in. And as soon as that one shot went in, then all of a sudden he just started going crazy. And the count is like, okay, now I'm back to where I belong. So shouts out to him. But throughout that whole season, people thought Boston would be an afterthought because they didn't have Tatum. But they are right there in the thick of things, second place in the East. Third, you have the Knicks, who are still holding on. Fourth, the Cavaliers. Fifth, the Toronto Raptors. I don't think a lot of people saw them as high as fifth. The Orlando Magic, they're sixth. Then right there in the 7 and 8 spot, you have the Hawks and you have the Heat. We all talked about Bam Adebayo last week getting the 83 points. A lot of people didn't like it.
That no one cared about.
Right. They were hating on Bam. And then in the 9th and 10th spot, 76ers 9th and the Hornets 10th. So, but the Hornets have been playing pretty good ever since the All-Star break. So I'm like, okay, let's go LaMelo Ball. So that team has been showing some promise. Then in the West, number one seed, still OKC. And I was telling my wife this other day, I'm like, it's going to be hard to see a team try to beat OKC in a 7-game series, meaning you got to win 4 games. It's going to be really hard.
Yes. You know why? Because what is my subtitle? Because remember somebody said all that noise. Where do you think my subtitle came from? Disregard the people that care.
Gotta love it. I love it. And then second seed. Now, if there is a team that can give OKC a run for their money, is the Spurs. They have a difficult time with the Spurs. I think they're like 1-3 so far this season, or 1-4, something like that, against the Spurs. They have had their hardest games against them.
But so, remember, you got to play 4 games for wins, though, and don't forget it's always consecutive. That's what separates regular season when people don't do good. That's why I was like, Spurs may give them, but I'm like, and the experience is more on their side than the Spurs, and consecutive game against the same team. Usually you prevail. You slay the dragon eventually. So
it's
gonna be a good matchup, though, definitely.
I mean, what we got less than a month away, you know what I'm saying? But now, this is my surprise because y'all know I'm a fan of him and his team, but I had my doubts for a minute. But this team has been one of the hottest teams in all of basketball too, and that's the Lakers. They are in the third spot right now. I 2 weeks ago they were like in the sixth spot, but now they are right there in the third spot. And if they play
Okay, but
today,
Smooth, are you not worried that they could just not win another game for the rest of the regular season?
oh
You know what I
no,
mean?
they gonna win. The question is what they're gonna do in the playoffs. Now, I know last year, Luca was just trying to fit into the team. Now we know it's his team. Ain't no question about it. Ain't no, okay, is it LeBron's team in the first couple quarters and Luke? No, LeBron and everyone else is like, Luca, this is your team. So they'll allow him to do what he has to do. Then I saw something on online today about the center DeAndre Ayton and how he was just saying that he's finally realizing that he's not going to be that guy. Because in previous teams he may have been that focal point where the offense went around him, but he's starting to realize that I'm just going to be that energy guy, the guy who's going to do all the heavy this or maybe dive for the ball, get the extra rebound, be available for alley oop. The ball's not going to always come to me, what I'm saying, like maybe in the past. And now that he's accepting his role, and I feel other players are doing the same, they're starting to sink at the perfect time. So I look forward to it. My only negative about the Lakers is who they match up in the playoffs. If they match up against a team that's like nice and young and fresh, that may be an issue because the Lakers do have a few older pieces. Luka he's young, but he's not known to be a defender. LeBron James is 55 years old. You know what I'm saying? and you have other guys there who, what I'm saying, not saying the whole team is old, but I'm just worried about you playing younger teams and seeing how that's going to fare. In the fourth spot, the Rockets. Fifth spot, the Nuggets. Sixth spot, Timberwolves. Seventh spot, the Suns. Eight, the Clippers. Nine, the Warriors, and 10th, the Trailblazers. So, once again, playoffs start next month on the 13th. I think it's going to be very exciting. And Bunny, for the first time in a long time, it may be more exciting in the East than it is in the West. So I'm saying that now, but we're going to find out. Look forward to it. So that what has my attention. For those watching right now, let us know what has your attention in the world of sports. We want to talk about it. We want you all to leave comments, questions. Let's interact. Put us to the test and see how we will ace that test every time, because I'm blessed with an amazing panel of ladies right now who know their stuff. And we're going to go ahead and continue on with the show. Bunny.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, can I add another? You have my attention.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I completely forgot about this because I saw a clip today on the I can't remember what Chris Roge's baseball today. Maybe it was baseball today. Anyways, yeah, you remember I put in the chat the other day that Evan Drellich said that Miguel Rojas was busted for PEDs and suspended. Right. And then 5-6 minutes later, sorry, I mistyped. It's Johan Rojas. Those are like really big changes, and in his tweet or his ex, whatever, said
right.
Miguel Rojas of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, Miguel spoke on that again now finally, and he was kind of pissed off because it wasn't oh no, I mistyped. You said Miguel Rojas of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Exactly.
You didn't say Miguel Rojas of the Philadelphia Phillies, and so whenever I saw that post, which was, I guess, about, let's see, because when did he say this? So 6 hours ago today, Evan Drellich finally said something new about it, but Miggy was saying he hasn't apologized to me, he hasn't reached out to me, he hasn't reached out to Friedman and the Dodgers or anything. Well, 6 hours ago, he says, to Miguel Rojas and the Dodgers, I sincerely and publicly apologize. I've reached out to Miguel, the Dodgers, and Miguel's agent to say the same. Once again, I'm sorry. So it came to a point where the guy had to call you out for not doing anything about it, because all of us there for a couple minutes were like, well, Miggy, you kind of suck now. Because he's a
Right.
very likable guy in the league, you
Very,
know? Like, that
very.
dude was going to he was getting bashed for 6 minutes. And yeah, it was only 6 minutes, but all throughout social media and everything. And everyone's like, Blue Jays fans are like, well, we should have won the World Series. Or this, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff because he had that big homer. And it took until now for the guy to actually apologize about it. So that was something else, too. Just I forgot all about that until I saw it again.
Oh no, it's cool. I mean, and I always say it's so easy for people to lash out or say this, say that, but then when you're wrong, you slow to be like, my bad.
Hmm.
I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we like that?
You have to get called out to
Yeah,
do something about it. So yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, sticking with baseball, excuse me, as Bunny brought up earlier, the baseball classic. And if you didn't see it, man, y'all missed it, man. It was an amazing tournament. So shouts out to all the players, participants of the WBC. Even had the wifey. And wifey, thank you for
I was
being
gonna
patient with
ask
me.
if she was gonna watch it or not.
Yeah,
Or if she did.
like she wasn't glued, but she did see it with me. We was in the living room. We watched the USA versus Dominican Republic game.
Mhm.
Then she stayed in the front room as I watched the Venezuela versus Italy game, and then of course last night USA and Venezuela, in which the winners was not USA. It was Venezuela. Shouts out to Acuna, to the Contreras brothers. I mean, it was
Salvi. I mean, they got
Salvi,
a
yes,
stacked team, yeah.
Curio. And I was saying to myself that once they beat Japan, who was the favorite to win, I like, okay, this team is serious. Like you can't just say they were just a one-off. This team is serious, and they came with it.
Did
A
you
lot of
watch
things
that game, the
to take away.
Japan game?
Yeah,
Yeah, when Willie Abreu hit that homer. Woo,
yeah,
that place was on fire. And I
crazy.
thought it was kind of crazy. Tawani, he was the last out. It was weird to see. It was weird to see.
Yeah, but no, and as I was telling my wife, I'm like, hey, watch this game because look at the atmosphere. Just check out the atmosphere and see how the players are so different when they play for their country compared to just playing or a regular Major League Baseball game. And just seeing the emotion that I just really hope that MLB realizes that you cannot keep restricting these players from showing emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's going to better the game if you allow these fans to come in and have drums, you know what I'm saying, at your home ballpark or whatever it is, to just have the atmosphere that much better. If you want to throw the bat up 200 feet in the air, as long as it don't hit no one, you know what I'm saying? Just allow emotions to show. Which, Joe, I was saying this to you before that I just feel, even though they had a few nice little moments, especially the Bryce Harper home run, and he did this to the camera, and USA, whatever. But I just feel like, to me, as great of a team or lineup that it was, I still feel that they had that mindset of we belong in the championship game automatically. And I just didn't see as much passion from the USA players that I did from Venezuela, from Puerto Rico, from the Dominican Republic and others. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I guess you got to think all these Hispanic teams come from small little islands for the most part, and they need something like this. Venezuela needed something like this for their country to be happy and cheer for, like that's what they live for. Like baseball is literally their life in these countries, and so it makes sense. And the USA, I wish they would show a little more emotion. I don't know what else I said last week. I wish they would have done some sort of celebration where, like, shoot, I don't know, run down the dugout when you hit your 6 homers in the entire tournament with a flag, or put a army helmet on, or so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd have been cool to do
Mhm.
something. Um, when it got closer to the championship game, they showed more. Like, you could see it gradually coming. Like you saw it from Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson is a stud. The guy showed it from the first game he played until the last game he played. He brings the emotion. Roman Anthony, same thing. He's a little more like buttoned up, but
He is.
he is. But you know who people compare him to? Juan Soto. I'm sure you know it's gonna come. But no, Bednar, he showed it there in the Dominican game. You know, like the pitchers did and stuff. So I mean, but this is something that everyone talks about with the Team USA. You know, like 23, Trey Turner's was like the only emotion they shown when he hit that grand slam against Venezuela. I think it was. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it always is for whatever reason. And I was telling Brendan, it's like it's so weird that 2017 when we did win was an old team.
Mhm.
Like we had guys like Pat Neshek that was show like the team was so old, but they showed a lot of fire then, and it's weird how different it is. I don't know if it's because there was such a long break, and then you know then the WBC was back, and that's why. But it's just wild that such an older team in 2017 showed emotion, but these teams are getting younger and younger, and they're not showing emotion.
Mhm.
And D-Ro tells them to go out and do it. D-Ro wants them to be like these other Hispanic teams. So I don't know why they
Mhm.
don't.
I actually think, to your point, Joe, that the reason why it's like this, and I actually was going to bring this up on the ladies' night show next time for my "We Run This" moment. Youth sports has gotten so expensive,
Mm.
right? And what it does is that it creates a layer of elitism, right? And then you get these students and these athletes who, and only a certain caliber or quote unquote athlete gets to these positions, right? Because you only have certain amount of people who can spend $100,000 a year to get their kid to practice to play elite baseball, to get them to the MLB, right? And so then you have these people who are playing in the MLB, as a result of these, whose parents could, who could pay this money to get them there. And so I think that essentially that's what it is. There isn't the heart of the drive and the passion in it anymore, because it's a check that's driving it and not the passion that's driving it anymore. And so I think that that's what I was going to talk about in my next "We Run This" moment, is that's got to stop, because what it also does is that it limits the talent, right? The pure talent that we get. And that's why American sports and USA sports is falling behind these other countries, these islands, these other places, because we're limiting the talent by putting a dollar on it, right? And so we're diluting who we get to play and represent us in these places like the WBC because of the check. And so I think that totally represents exactly what is happening. Is that we get these people, who can, who just are lacking the passion. And don't get me wrong, this may not be everybody. And of course, they may be passionate about it because they play on a professional level. So you have to have some kind of drive and motivation, to play professional sports. But in America, everything is such a consumer market and consumer driven that, we just create this hierarchy and stratification that we just limit, we limit ourselves in that way.
I don't know if when you talk about it like that, like I can get it when it comes to like the smaller teams that were in it, like Brazil and Nicaragua, like those, there's barely any MLB talent on those teams, but the guys that were standing there at the very end, the Italians, the Dominicans, the Venezuelans, even the Canadians, honestly, like those lineups, those rosters were almost fully major league teams. They're all driven by a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's something I thought about, because I know I said in the chat about I wish new rules that are brought up would pertain to this tournament, because like why do a new rule, practice it in spring training, take 2 weeks off to not do it, and then go into the year doing it, as you were talking about the ABS. But I think maybe this is how NHL, like we talked with Fiario last week, is why wouldn't this be the All-Star break? Because D-Ro said they have asked Garrett Crochet and Max Fried and Hunter Brown. And then it was also known that Tarek Skubal didn't want to pitch a second game because he wanted to be the opening day starter, which sounds pretty and cool. but it doesn't mean shit. You're an opening day starter in April or actually March. It doesn't matter. So like you have these guys that don't want to be on the team because they don't want to miss their opening day start. But maybe if it was a spring break type, not spring break, all-star
Awesome.
game thing, like NHL has been doing, where Four Nations happened last year, and you guys saw how freaking fired up the fans were for that. You had the Olympics this time. Next year they're having the juniors. Like, why not make it like that? And you might even get even more guys, and they actually might want to try. They might be a little more fired up because they know as soon as the All-Star break's over with, they got to keep it going to finish the year off to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be my next question. Was, do you feel like they need to move the World Baseball Classic to the middle of the season? And sounds like that may be a proper way to go because players will already be nice and primed and ready. It won't be no excuses of I ain't loose yet, I haven't had enough hitting, or I haven't pitched enough, and whatever. So that's one thing.
But I disagree. Think how they do the All-Star games now. Baseball. Yeah, you had the people show up, but then you also have people like, if I don't have to, I'm going to 10. Because especially in a competitive team, once you come from the All-Star break, you got a month and then it matters to see where you're going to be in the standings for playoff. I can see people opting out because they'd rather get their game or get that rest so they can finish out the season. Y'all know it's long and be ready for playoff contention. So I will say you would get less participation mid-season than preseason.
Well, the WBC is only every 3 years for one, and two, you had guys like Connor McDavid and like they wanted to be in the Four Nations last year. So, and guess what? The Blues did it, and then they went on some stupid freaking run. So sometimes it gives certain people, instead of just a weekend off, it gives them 2 weeks off to refresh the team and get ready for the for the stretch to end the regular season. Like, I don't know. I think it's something to look into. Like, and everyone always says pitchers are well ahead of batters of hitters when it comes into the starting the regular season because pitchers and catchers report 2 weeks before batters do. So it might be something to look into.
You can look into it. They could try it, and then they can always revert back. But I'm just going off of what the playbook now is for the major sports. All-Star games, people don't put their all into it anymore, right? So World Baseball Classic, at least Team USA seemed like they did that. However, you said people opted out because they want to get ready for the regular season. Because the regular season is getting their paychecks and their great stats. World Baseball Classic.
You still win a shit ton of money if you win the WBC. So
right.
that's
I mean, honestly, let's just be real. Because I think about it with the All-Star game. They incentivize for the NBA specifically. NBA emphasize the winning team gets 340,000, whatever, million. Okay, if you're not an All-Star, that may be like something to you. But these are All-Star. Most of the All-Stars already making millions of dollars. I'm not saying max contracts. I'm not saying, 20 plus million, but even they're making 5 million. $1 million. I don't know people's pocketbooks and wallets and checking accounts, but I don't think that's a super incentive for them. And I'm saying, again, you said World Baseball Classic, they get these people are getting money outside these leagues anyway. To me, again, maybe because I'm not in that type of a checking and saves account where I have these millions of dollars entering my account. But at the same time, if y'all not sometimes doing your all, you get millions anyway. What's another couple of millions? Does that make a breakup to me? No. They don't show that as far as be excited for the All-Star, ready to do all those interviews and all the other crap. So World Baseball Classic, yes, it's every 3 years. But that to me, just going how the next generations of people are coming up in sports, it's not all that.
I mean, like Ferrario just said last week, though, that every single All-Star break for every single major sport is boring. So why not have something like this where people are fighting for their country to win a freaking gold medal? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just money driven, it's country driven too. And whether people like our country or not, people that play or do something for our country tend to like it. And that's something that, is going to drive them. So you get some extra money and it's pride. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, like he just said last week, and everyone can agree that Major League Baseball is probably the most entertaining out of other sports, but a lot of sports, no one likes watching the All-Star break.
Wait, when you say most entertaining out of all the sports, whoa, is that for All-Star or just in general?
All-Star.
All-Star. Oh, I was about to say, whoa.
Bunny, okay. I'm not stupid to say something like that in front of you. Okay. I'll say it in my head though. All-Star break, the skills competition or home run derby and the actual all-star game, people tend to like the baseball festivities more than any other sport. And that is why NHL hasn't had an all-star game in a couple of years, because they realize all this other stuff like a Four Nations and a juniors next year is going to make people more interested.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback on Joe that as you brought up Bunny about the money and everything, it's the pride of playing for your country. These players, these baseball players, especially because when the Olympics come around every 4 years, they don't have the opportunity to actually play in the Olympics. So the World Baseball Classic is like their Olympic, is as important as the Olympics. So having that pride to play for your country, that's going to mean so much for these players. And as Joe brought up earlier, how the Panamas and other Brazil and other countries who don't get these opportunities to get that shine, this stage does that. So these players, and having that pride, they want to represent their country and be out there and play. So I don't even think for them the money is such a big issue as you are making it to be. They would love to have the opportunity to be in their prime, not trying to warm up, in spring training mode, but they would love to be in their prime where there's no excuses and be able to get right into a World Baseball Classic and put on the show.
Yeah, maybe middle center when of the summer, whenever Judge is actually swinging at pitches down the middle or something,
My God, I'm so glad you brought that up, Joe, because you know how I am. You know how I do.
He's not a big moment player. He's not. I'm sorry.
Thank you. That's all I wanted you to say, because that if you look back at the tape, what I'm saying, look over his career, as great as he is, when it comes down to clutch moments, y'all know how I am. When I say when it's men in scoring position, when the pressurized situation comes and you need that moment, he is not the guy to deliver. He continues to strike out. It doesn't matter if it's in April in March. Doesn't matter if it's in October. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
All I wanted to do was to cheer for one of the best players in baseball for 2 weeks. That's all I wanted to do. But and I did it a couple times when he threw Tatis out the other night.
Right.
I was fired up. Oh
right.
my guys, my body is sore from that Dominican game. I was stood up the whole time.
Yeah.
I was jumping around, cheering, fist pumping, slamming back beers. It was a great freaking night. And when he threw out Tatis, I was fired up. I was like, that's Captain America right there, baby. And then the last 2 games, you went 2 for 11 with like 6 Ks.
Yes.
What are you doing?
That is not a captain. I'm sorry. That is not a captain.
No, he did look badass walking out with that American flag. That's
the only time.
Yeah, that was the only good moment besides the Tatis throw.
Right. Everything else, no. He does not shine in pressurized moments. And I'm big on that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, he just not that dude when it comes to a pressurized situation. He looks worse than Jordan Walker. Seriously.
And what's crazy is my cousin text me and Brendan asking who's going to be the MVP tonight.
Mm.
And I said, if we're going to win, it's going to be Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's not going to not do something and us win a game. He had 2 of our 3 hits and he scored only runs. So again, ball knower, but lead off walks kill.
Yes.
And that's what happened. As soon as they walked him, I knew it was over. Even though I thought he was thrown out at second. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was out in live TV. I thought he was out. But and it sucks because I don't think anything is against DeRosa there. No. Whitlock's been dominant. And what I mentioned last week as well is these managers have to answer to every team that these guys play for. And Mason Miller wasn't allowed. Yeah, restrictions. Mason Miller wasn't allowed to go in unless we were winning in a safe situation. And it wasn't a safe situation. So, and it's funny, it's like as fired up and pissed off I was last week because of what DeRosa said, and no one wanted to fix him on it. The lineup's too good. Bench, starters, whatever. They should have scored more runs in general. That's just 3 hits last night. And the
Can't do that.
night before they scored in the fourth, and then nothing until Harper's homer. So I mean, is what it is, really,
Yep.
But
So
no, I love watching the WBC. It's fun baseball. It's you get to you. I think last time there was some kid signed out of a country, and it might have been Cuba. He was signed and he just stayed here in the States and got some money. Like those are the cool stories in this tournament. But funny story, Mia was really upset that Shohei didn't win. And I'm like, I go, Mia, Shohei Ohtani has won like 2 MVPs in a row, back-to-back World Series. He's bound to lose something, okay?
something.
He just had a child as well. Like, come on, like he's okay. He's going to sleep.
And also, this is my last thing I would say about this Judge thing. Ohtani has proved the reason why he is up here, and Judge, as great as he has been with his numbers, Judge is still down here because Ohtani, he shines in those moments. Judge does not. Bottom line.
Like game one of the WBC for him, he hits a grand slam. Like yawn.
Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And Ohtani can come through. He doesn't shy away from the moment. He embraces it. It's like, this is called the brightest moment of the game. That's it. Oh, kink, home run. What's next? You know what I'm saying? But Aaron Judge, like I said, I think Jordan Walker when I see Aaron Judge, man.
Whoa.
That's
pressurized. Yeah,
that's a stretch.
I would
stretch. Sorry.
I would take Jordan Walker just beating Aaron Judge.
I'm just saying that's why I'm like, that's a stretch. They're not in the same category.
Yeah. He just beats pressurized.
In pressurized situations, I see Jordan Walker.
No, not even that. Shoot, I'm sorry. You talking about Ohtani here, Judge here, hell, Judge here, and Walker is so low y'all can't even see it in the frame. That's how. Okay, so no, sir, sorry.
So before we transition to our basketball, I want to real quick stay on. Let's see, yeah, I got this right. Okay, stay on baseball real quick. Spring training, last full week until opening day is
night a week from today.
Yeah, there we go. So we almost there. Joe, any takeaways from the Cardinals or anything else outside of the Cardinals that you want to talk about?
Cardinals wise, Dustin May's been looking.
Yes, he has.
He's been looking good. Might be if he's like this all year, it might be a good trade chip there at the deadline and get something nice for him. Nathan Church has been like a name to keep an eye on, for possible opening day roster.
I think he got it because to me, he's the perfect defender. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He can throw guys out. He just plays the game the right way. Those are the guys you need to be a fourth outfielder. So he has to be on the team.
Yeah. And we saw him a little bit there at the end of the year last year.
Right.
Everyone else, I mean, Jordan Walker, he's not having a great spring training, but the organization believes they're going to be able to figure him out once he's up in the big leagues and not in the minors. So we'll see how that goes. Dick Fitz is going to be in AAA. He's going to be like the Dick Fitz. He's going to be the McGreevy of last year. So, I mean, he'll get his chance. I was kind of hoping he'd be in there over Palante, but Palante has been okay this spring, but Palante is the one pitcher that I'm kind of just like over it.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that experiment, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, those are like the main takeaways. We don't really have a set closer right now, so it's kind of just going to be a closer by committee, I think, which I'm fine with. But other than that, I mean, I'm just excited to get it going and just let the kids play and see what we got, really.
Yeah, and about this Jordan Walker thing, I know I've been on him, and I had to stay on him, man, because if you're taking time out to now have to go into batting cages and figure out your swing and see what's wrong and whatever else, to me, you just can't go into the regular season still trying to find it. because it's only going to get worse because the pitchers are going to be that much better. You're not going to be playing against certain guys in spring training who's just trying to find their rhythm or their pitch. No, when it's game one of the season, it's like, okay, let's go. You're not going to be able to find out or tinkle with this and tweak this and whatever when it's a regular season. I said in the chat, I feel like the dude looks lost every
It's
time he
all
strikes.
it's all in there.
Exactly. Every time he strikes out, all you see is him looking up at the scoreboard and trying to figure out what he did wrong every swing. Every time he strikes out and looks up for like 2 minutes, like he found out the cure for AIDS. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Wow.
Not even
I'm
cancer,
just
you just
saying.
went straight to AIDS.
Right. Like, oh snap.
I'm just saying, you
Lord.
know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
has this look, man, but if you're still trying to find out stuff, the regular season ain't it. And I've heard Randy Carricker say it and Bernie, no, more so Randy Carricker, respect to him. But one thing I disagree on is like he was saying, if he goes to the minors, he's not going to learn anything because you're facing less competition. But the issue is that even when he got sent out to the minors last year, he wasn't doing amazing then. He
Yeah.
was still batting like 200
So
in the minor
thi-
league.
I'm just confused. When we first got him in our farm system, got him all the way to AAA, and y'all said he was doing great then. When he
He
got
wasn't.
called up, what he wasn't. I'm talking
No,
about before
so
he even made his big debut. I remember that was for opening day. Remember that was 2020. What year is this? 2022.
2023,
Yeah,
it was the last time the WBC happened, and half of the Cardinals roster was in the WBC, and he
right.
shined. He shined super bright. That's
It's
why I
spring
was
training.
worried. In spring training, and so they're like, you know what, we're gonna give him a chance, and he started off great. Well,
So it
Until
wasn't too
I still
early,
blame.
or what
No,
did he have then that he can't get together now? I know you said it's mental, but
I still
3
think the
years later,
organization got to him.
has he been sent down to the minors twice since he got called up to the major leagues though?
I believe 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
One of those times was because he was coming back from an injury, so they just want him to get some reps in the minor leagues. But the 2 times prior, they wanted him to work on things. So to answer your question, when he got called up, he didn't play one lick. And please remind me, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but he didn't play one lick of AAA ball. He played AA ball, and then went to the
And he
major leagues.
never played the outfield either until that spring
Exactly.
training.
So we were that
Exactly.
desperate as an organization, not just to see, okay, them be our savior because we didn't have a good roster that year, but we were so desperate when you F up a prospect to not
Yes.
groom him correctly, and now he's here where they're gonna let him go once his
And
contract's up. That's messed
and
up.
and Hein Bloom mentioned this when he got interviewed on 101 ESPN that the organization failed him by overhyping him and bringing him up the way they did. He was not ready. He should have experienced a very successful and confident run in the minor leagues, not just AA, but he should have had that run in AAA. And as I brought up before, when he got sent down to AAA a couple times in the past, it wasn't like it was, oh, he's just hitting dingers all over the place and constantly getting home runs or whatever. He was still doing the same things pretty much that he was doing in the big league. So it's like if you haven't really progressed enough and you have that confidence, like, you know what, I got it now. It's clicking. Now it's time. And then you rush him back up and he's still declining. And as Joe said before, it's mental now. Because let's say, all right, the book is you have a hard time swinging at sliders off the plate. And pitchers keep on doing it and he keeps missing, right? Then he takes all off season. This is what I'm understanding. He's been going through this place called what? Drive line or whatever, Joe. And so he's been working on fixing that problem, right? So let's say that issue has been fixed. They're throwing them sliders away. Now all of a sudden he's waiting on it. Now he's hitting it. But guess what they're doing now? Oh, he figured that out. Let me throw a fastball up and in. So they throw one up and in, and guess what? He can't hit it because he's so focused on the slider away. So when you get a pitch down the middle of the plate, that he's been getting recently, and he's just looking and looking lost. So as Joe said, the man just is really lost right now mentally. And if you're still trying to work on things 1 week prior to the season, you do not need to be up there opening day.
And we open up against the Rays, and the Rays are usually known for their filthy pitching. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want nothing more than Jordan Walker to pan out.
We all do.
Yeah, everyone wants him to be a good baseball player. I'm not even saying a superstar. We just need him to be a good baseball player, and I just the Cardinals messed him up. But the last people that were in charge really messed him up, and that's why I was nervous for. It just seemed similar, Oh, JJ's having a good spring, but there's guys that are in the WBC, but we don't really have anyone in the WBC this year except for a couple of guys. So I was just nervous, like, oh man, they're just gonna put them up there because the fans want them, and But I'm hoping JJ's different.
Yeah, so that's our baseball talk, man. So Bunny has to go ahead and leave. So before we leave, I want her to go ahead and break down her bracket, her final four only of the men and women uh, tournament that start. Well, actually, the first four already started for the men last night and going down right now.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else will be beginning starting Thursday, and I believe the women start on Sunday. So, Bunny, go ahead and give us. Well, let me go ahead and bring this up first.
All right, help me remember what I had.
There we go. So this is the final four. Right underneath the Bunny 8843, you have UConn, you have South Carolina, you have LSU, and you have Texas. And then you have going to the national championship game, South Carolina versus LSU, and the winner, South Carolina. Talk about your reasons for the final four pick and your champion.
With the final four on the women's side, in general, when it comes to the women's bracket, there are not that many upsets. And it's usually year after year, the 1 and 2 seeds take it. Every blue moon, you may get a 4 seed in there, but usually in the final four, the 1 and 2 seeds. So I picked, of course, the Gamecocks because my girl is Coach Dawn Staley. I love how she just coaches the program, her mindset, love it. And because they get their assets whipped last year in the championship game, I mean, assets whipped so bad, y'all. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I know they gonna be out and not just for revenge. They gonna be hungry. That's some true all stars SEC players. Um, not player of the year because that went to what's her name, but still they gonna be ready. And it's like y'all gonna feel the Gamecocks wrath. Staley gonna have them girls together. They ain't gonna like that feeling. They gonna see all the other highlights of last year's, and they're gonna talk about that falling out they had when they just got their bus whooped. So they gonna be ready. LSU. McCulkey, I want to see that rematch. I do because back when Angel Reese was playing, they had to play him and they got him. So I could definitely see them coming back, getting them. Making it to the championship game, but the Gamecocks defeating them. Now putting UConn in there, of course, Gino Ariamo is a Hall of Famer, world class guy, and he gets his players together as ready as well. So that'll be a good game, but I can see Vandy prevailing. I mean, I'm just surprised Betty was even that good this year, honestly, and to get a 2 seed. So they're not playing, but definitely Gino could get the UConn all the way to the final four. But I can just see them losing and Gamecocks winning out all. So there you have it.
Now I do want to say this is next year, South Carolina will be going to Missouri to play. So, ladies, just keep that in mind.
Okay.
South Carolina is coming to Columbia to play Mizzou. So,
okay.
I'm just letting y'all know. So now for the fellas, you have Michigan State, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. Going to the national championship game, you have Houston and Michigan, and you have the winner, Kelvin Sampson and his Houston Cougars. Talk about your picks.
Hey, when I saw Michigan play against that was a couple weeks ago. It was a non-conference game, which I was surprised. Was it Duke or UNC? Duke. It had to be Duke, right? Michigan and Duke. It was
Yeah,
like 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised again. That's not a conference game in this part of the season. It's a non-conference, but uh, Michigan ain't here to play. You know, once they moved on for Jawan Howard, I'm like, how long is it going to take for Michigan to get back the program? Man, sure. They like shit. That's all we needed. The other guy, we ready to go. So they
problem
good.
solved.
Man, them boys, they bad. I'm telling you, they good. They really, really good. Um, who else? Arizona. Arizona has been dominant up until the last. When they started losing, they had lost like 2 games in a row, and that was undefeated up until that point. And then 2 in a row they lost. So I was like, all right, they show little flaws, but overall, I think they go ahead and act together, and they can just go through the whole tournament with these dubs. Um, I don't know who if they're all stars. I should say all stars, but on this level, if their scores is it coming more from the shooting? I don't recall where their scoring is coming from, but I definitely see them should be able to maintain it. They're good on offense to go through the tournament with no problem. Um, Michigan State. Now this one is a toss up because Tom Izzo, again, another Hall of Fame coach, should get his boys
Mhm.
together. But I thought that a few years ago, and they got their butts whooped and they lost in the first round. So even though it's a different squad, I put a lot of faith in their coach because he knows what he's doing. He's going to Final Four as well, but at the same time, so you don't know what you're going to get. But I think they should be able to prevail because coaches sometimes when you have good players and if they're still young, the coaching just makes a difference sometimes. So compared to the NBA level, that's just me. Um, and last but not least, Houston again, Kelvin, great coach as well. They got their but well not they bust wood, but they lost, and we didn't see their loss coming for their Final Fours last year. I think they want their revenge, and they're gonna be hungry. And hopefully, it doesn't take 3 times the charm. They can do this on the second go round and get it all the way and take that natty home. Okay, Kelvin, you know what you're doing. Your boys know what they're doing. They don't have any injuries. Nobody should not be playing, so they should be able to pull it all the way and finally earn that natty. So we shall see.
All right. Well, Bunny, thank you for your time, and you have a great rest of your evening and week.
Thank you for having me. You ladies,
Bye,
hold it
Bunny.
down. I love when Smooth is the outcast, the only fella. It just makes my heart so warm. Like finally, we don't have to wait for ladies night to still show you that we run it. Oh, y'all have a
Hey,
wonderful night.
Bye,
Bye.
Bunny.
you're leaving out with the shots fired. Okay.
Love it. Hey, you started off with me, so now I'm coming back at you. Pew, pew, pew,
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So, Faith, we know that you are the basketball expert on the show. So, we're going to go ahead and get yours in. This is for the women. So, you have UConn, South Carolina, LSU, Texas, I believe. No, LSU is the number 2 seed. Everybody else is number 1 seeds, I believe. So,
Yes.
you have in the Natty South Carolina versus Texas, and the winner is South Carolina. Talk about this bracket.
Yeah, so I know absolutely diddly about basketball. I don't know
Girl, you
just
probably know more than I do, because wait until you hear my rundown of my picks.
Uh-oh.
a good thing or a bad thing. The most I know about this is the last couple of years I know that South Carolina has been playing really well. The most I know about this is like Don Staley, and I know Angel Reese came from LSU. I know UConn has literally been on top of like the girls basketball scene for like 30 years. I know the Longhorns have also been in the mix for the last several years, and so I knew all of these names. And so this is the reason why I picked these 4 teams. And I'm just going to go with South Carolina to win it. That was honestly the way I thought about this, just because I knew a little bit about each of these teams. So
And now
I might end up being right. Who knows?
who knows? And now for the men, you have Duke in Florida, Purdue, and St. Louis University.
I
And then,
did put
Sunday,
Slu in there,
Sunday.
home team. I put
hey,
Slu in there.
I ain't mad at you. Then for the Natty, you have Florida, the defending champions versus SLU. I love it.
I did. I put Florida honestly because I think that they are going to take it all this year. I
Again,
honestly again. And I honestly I put Purdue because I feel like they're a sleeper team. I think that people, I think that that might just be one that just might surprise a few people and come out of there. Would love to see that semifinal. I mean, or I would love to see that with versus St. Louis, just because I would love to see the hometown come out of there. That was like my only reason for really picking that. But honestly, because they've been playing some good basketball too, would love to see them come out of their conference as well. But overall, honestly. I don't know if this is going to be as cut and dry as the ladies, but I think Florida will take it all. That's my honest overall pick for the men.
I really hope that you're right about SLU because these last few weeks they have been a shell of themselves, man.
Yeah.
So I hope that they finally bring back that winning ways that they had back in early
They had
February.
some magic going on for a while.
They
so
did, they
they'll keep
did,
it up in
but
this
just like Jordan Walker, teams started figuring out, what I'm saying, how that they play. So they made the adjustments, and SLU just has not gotten back to how they used to play. They have not made the adjustments on their side. So I look forward to seeing that they have a favorable matchup in the first round against Georgia. I like that matchup for them.
Yeah.
Reason being is that it's an SEC team, and throughout the season, a lot of people have been saying, well, who's the better team, SLU or Mizzou? And people would say SLU because of their record, but some would say Mizzou because they play better competition in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? So now SLU's first game is against Georgia this Thursday night. I think like one of the last games of the night. And so I look forward to seeing how SLU can handle a SEC team. So I'm excited about that.
I gotta tune in. What are they playing on, Smooth?
So it's going to be the SLU game is on Channel 4 tomorrow night. I think it's like at 8:00.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just go to marchmadness.com, they'll have a whole thing laid out where you can watch the games from the website and everything. It's super dope. Or the app, March Madness app. It's free. And yeah, you can just enjoy watching the games from there as well. Joe Bo, let's check out your wonderful college basketball March Madness predictions. First, we have the men. You have Duke and Houston. You have Mizzou.
Let's go.
Hey, I love it. If that was to happen, oh my goodness, that would be incredible for a Mizzou and SLU matchup. My goodness.
You know I'm here for the storylines, baby. Let's go.
And then winning the whole thing, Mizzou over Houston. So
M-I-Z.
Come on, you.
Let's go.
So I am dying to hear your breakdown of this.
LOL, my breakdown. It's not really much to it. I know Duke's a basketball school. I know Houston was great last year. So that's why I have Houston going to the championship game. And then gotta stick to just the hometown teams. I know you've been really patting them on the back the last couple of weeks, Smooth, both these teams, but it'd be cool to see. Tell me it would not be cool to see Mizzou versus SLU.
I would love it.
That would be sick. I'm just here for the storylines, the local storylines, and Mizzou taking it all. And I have a question: is this I don't know. Is this like one of the first times that like we've been a host for one of the rounds here?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
The Enterprise Center. Actually, the last time it wasn't. But they have had one a couple years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a buddy that's working some of these, which is cool.
Oh, really? Well, I need to talk to him about some tickets. Sure.
I know, because Brendan texted me, was like, dude, I just went to go peep at the ticket prices.
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And he was like, well, I'll keep an eye out, but
right. Yeah. Can I talk about that too in my She Run This? Like, with this price gouging, I'm so sick of it. Like,
it's bad. Like, Lord,
and the reason why is because they're doing it by sessions. So you have session 1, which is like the day games from 11 till 3, 4 o'clock. Then you have session 2 games. Those are games, 4 games in total from 5 o'clock till dang near midnight.
Yeah, that's how they do tennis too. They have like 2 sessions, a day session and a night session.
Yeah.
They do it the same way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
crazy.
that's the men. For the women, you have North Carolina. That's wow. South Carolina. And
Hey.
then the other side, you have Duke versus Michigan.
Tell me if someone's already out of it, because I know you said games already started. So is North Carolina still in it?
Well, now the women haven't started yet.
Okay, whoo, I'm still in there, baby. All right. Shoot. North Carolina. I like their colors. There you go. See, Faith?
Yes,
I
I
know
loved it,
less
Joe.
than you.
Yes.
And South Carolina, I know that they've been, one of the top dogs. I hear Buddy talk about them the last couple of years. So that's why I put South Carolina in there. And then Duke, like I said, with the men, they're just a basketball school, so threw them in there. And then versus Michigan, and I just have South Carolina taking out Duke. What's her? The Dawn Staley? Is that her whole name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's got South Carolina. It's very in-depth breakdown for yours truly. I did this real fast on my phone before the game started last night. And yeah, that's my breakdown of March Madness.
All right. So now let's talk about mine. And we have here, make sure I got the right one. All right. So for the ladies, I have UConn versus South Carolina, UCLA versus Texas. As you see, all number 1 seeds. I see UCLA defeating number 2 seed LSU. LSU, they haven't been as impressive to me and dominant that they have been in years past. And UCLA has been that good. They only lost 1 game, I believe, so far this year. Going to the Natty, UConn. Sorry, South Carolina. Much love to you, Don Staley. But this is just from a basketball point of view. UConn has just been too dominant throughout the whole year. And I'm staying with that dominant force as they face off against UCLA. And UConn will be the champion. And that's what I have for the ladies, man. Once again, UConn won last year. They haven't lost a game. They have been the typical dominant, hard to win, get frustrated seeing them always dominate type of team. And I don't see that changing. I think South Carolina, I believe, lost maybe 3 or 4 games this year. So there are chinks in the armor. UConn has not shown anything but just pure dominance. So I'm going to go with them. They kind of remind me of how Indiana Hoosiers were in football this past year. Straight dominant. And is I don't see it ending for the March Madness tournament for the ladies. For the men, I have UConn again, Florida, Arkansas, and Michigan. Arkansas is a 4th seed. UConn is a 2 seed. Florida, Michigan are 1 seeds. Florida versus Arkansas in the Natty. Florida will repeat as world champion, as national champions. So for those like, well, why you choose UConn and not Duke? Duke has 2 injuries on their team. 2 players on the team suffering big injuries. I believe one of them is like their point guard or shooting guard, one of the 2. But that's going to be crucial for the tournament. They out for the rest of the year, and it's going to take a Herculean effort from Cameron Boozer, who's a freshman who will be gone probably after this season, to carry, God bless you, to carry the team. And it may be just too much for him to handle as a freshman to do all that by himself. Florida, they won last year. You brought it up earlier, Faith, with your wonderful breakdown. I just feel like because they know how to win, they're going to bring that championship pedigree to the Natty. Michigan, number 1 seed. They have been a solid team all year, as Bunny brought up earlier. So I got them going in regards to their region. Arkansas. There is a player that I want y'all to keep an eye on. His name is Darius Acuff Jr. John Calipari, who was the head coach of Arkansas. He's coached at Memphis. He coached at UMass. He coached in the NBA. He's had players like Derrick Rose, John Wall, Devin Booker, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's had some of the best guards in the game in college and in the NBA. Darius Acuff Jr. is a freshman, and people are already saying that he might be the best guard that John Calipari ever had. This dude is the truth. He might be player of the year. If not, he should be considered. They may because of the name and because of who he played for, they might have Cameron Boozer as the number 1 overall, the player of the year. They may say that, or AJ the guy from BYU. If I said his name wrong, I do apologize. But Darius Acuff Jr., if you haven't put some respect on his name, you're going to do that when you watch the tournament. And I feel like great guard play leads to great results in the March Madness. But I have them falling short to Florida. But I do feel like this is going to be amazing. I really hope to be wrong in this, Joe, because I do want to see Mizzou and SLU go to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? That would just be amazing. But that is our picks, our predictions for the men and women's Final Four. Our last subject, bet that. Joe, you sent me something last week or a couple days ago. After
Share it if you have it. If not, I'll tell them.
You know, I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. But I think it was a home run was that Gunner?
Faith, are you ready for this?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Am I ready?
You know what? As you talk about it, Joe Bo, I'm gonna get the picture right now and show it. Let's see.
All right. Before the game, I'm looking. I'm like, who's gonna have a good game tonight? Okay. As I said earlier, Gunnar Henderson for Team USA was amazing from the one game he started until the last game he started. He was fired up. It was awesome to see. Junior Caminero for the Dominican. He plays for the Tampa Bay Rays. He has the fastest bat swing in the game. Every single ball he hit in this freaking tournament was well over 100 miles per hour. I put them both to hit a homer. A $2 bet with 100% profit boost, and your girl was $74.
Oh my God! That's amazing.
I was by the 4th inning. I was like, money.
That is so
nice. And you know what? I was. And I was like, I gave kudos to my mom, Mama Marty, because every time she's over on a Sunday night and a ball game's on and I have a bet, I win some money. There was a Sunday night game this last season, and it was the hell yeah, Miss Dubs. Woo!
Yeah, Miss Dubs.
It was the Padres were in Houston, and I had someone do something. I can't remember, but then I also had Tatis Jr. to hit a homer, and he hit a homer in like the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. And my mom was over, and I won like $200 on that bet. I was like, let's go. I haven't been betting a little bit either, so I was feeling
crazy.
I was feeling pretty good.
Man,
a $2 bet
I still need to do that.
$72.
I still need to do that, man. Just try it out, man.
I don't know how, Smooth. That's why I actually brought some questions today for our master bettor.
Whoa! I'm not a pro. I'm just a ball knower. So. Oh Lord. Well, real quick before you do have that, I do just have a couple random bets, like tiny bets. I do for tonight have the Blues beating Calgary and then Snuggerud to have a goal because he's kind of been on fire lately. So that'd be nice. I just did a $5 bet just for shits and giggles, and that wins you $22. So that'd be cool. And then I have Mizzou and SLU winning their first game.
Mm.
So that's like a little parlay that's on DraftKings that you can do. Just put them together. And then I did a 3-pick parlay. I got SLU winning. They reached the money line and they're over on the points. So, and that's just another $1 bet. But just little ones, okay? Okay. There's no profit boost out there or anything. So even if I did win, it wouldn't be crazy money, but little money here and there adds up.
So when you do a parlay, that just means you're betting on more than one thing at a time.
A parlay could be you do like 3 or 4 players, just all in one bet. But you can also mix it and do so and so wins, so and so hits this many points, and you reach the money line. And the money line is like, let's see what the money line is for this one because I didn't even look. I just did it. Gotta pull it up. Sometimes I don't like DraftKings. Okay, so like, I did over, so that SLU game would be over 169 points, 69.5 points for the whole game. And then the money line is SLU just winning, and then SLU needs to have the first to 10 points in the first half.
So you'll have to essentially check like all of those boxes in order to win.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch of different ones. I was trying to look on here earlier to see, just because it would be a total Blues thing to do to somehow sneak into the playoffs, because they've been playing decent right now, but it's not even an option on DraftKings. At least I try to look to see, because I would have put like, a couple bucks on them to make the playoffs, and I was curious to see how much you would win for that because the odds are probably so terrible, but we saw what they did last year, so why would it not happen again this year? They're playing good right now, so I'm like, it's gonna happen. But yeah, it's cool though because apps sometimes give you like, if you do DraftKings, oh my gosh, Barstool, they're like partnered with them. They'll just be people's bets, or sometimes you'll see LeBron James bets, and this is what he's doing, and you can just put his bets in there and bet on those too.
Okay.
There's
and so I take it that you didn't have any luck with the outcome of the USA Venezuela game last night.
So I didn't bet on, what did I do? Let me see, view. No, so I didn't actually do who won the game. I put Acuna to have a homer because he's been on fire, and then Breggy because he had good numbers against Erod. But that didn't happen, obviously. But like there were ones like Acuna to be his first at bat to hit a homer, and I was like, you know what? Let's just try it because he did that against
Italy.
Japan.
No,
Actually,
I'm
it was
sorry.
Japan. Yeah, because Ohtani hit one and Acuna hit one.
Right.
So great game. But yeah, it didn't win that obviously. But there's so many different options out there to do.
Mm-hmm.
So many different options, and I like how some of the apps just literally give you little, like here's a bundle that you can do, and just do that.
Yeah, you might have to do some fate if you get into it. You might have to do some parlays with with March Madness, man. You never know.
Yeah, so I was thinking of doing parlays with March Madness, but then I've also been wanting to do it with like tennis, but I don't understand like the odds for matches. So like if a person is like a plus 75, I know that means that they're like, if they're plus, then that means that they're like a favorite. And if they're right,
well, plus would be not likely, and then if they're a minus, so like
if
that's
you're
the crazy
minus,
thing
you're
about
a favorite.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the crazy thing about the bet that I won. It was like a plus like 3,700 for that to happen. So like, it's crazy that happened.
So then if you were like, so then what does it mean that you have to bet? So if you're plus something, you have to bet what?
That amount.
That amount to win $100. Right? Is that right? Whatever the plus amount is to win $100.
Yeah.
It's too complicated.
Yeah,
It,
I
it
don't.
can get complicated, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean it tells you on there plus minus and how much you would win and
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
breaks it down for you and then there's profit boosts that you can get, so like that's why that one was so much more because I had 100% profit boost. So which you can get like if you start out and you've never done any of these apps before, they're just going to throw free money at you and all these profit boost and uh I can't think of the other word for it, but just rewards to get you addicted pretty much.
Suck you in.
Yep.
Sucking you in. But that is so much fun, and I see why people do it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I have a. I feel like if I like start, then I would be like all the time. You know,
Yeah.
like
Well,
all the time. What's the next one?
it's like when you first start with all these apps, like I said, they give you so much money. Just be smart with it. I think me and Brendan, we we had like so much money given to us for like during playoff football time. Oh my gosh, we made so much money off of it though. Like, but you just don't do a crap ton of money. Just do $2 here or there, or do 50
Right.
cents here or
No,
there, and
don't be doing $100 for this, whatever.
yeah. But like we want a decent amount of money whenever you first start, and they're just giving you all this free money and rewards and stuff and profit boosts and
So
yeah.
you do baseball? Do you do hockey too?
Yeah, I even did a tennis one time. I think I picked what's her name, Coco, and I won. So
Did you do a tennis one? So you bet on the match, or did you bet on like stats?
shoot, I can't remember what app I did it on. Otherwise, I had to go look. I think it was to win the
Okay.
match.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, as we just learned that I know so much basketball,
So much.
is I've won a lot of money on basketball bets. So make fun of me. I love the colors of teams and the mascots, but I have won a decent amount of money on basketball bets.
And,
Which
and
is
see,
hilarious.
that's my frustration with sports is that it be the person who just chooses him because he look good or she
Yes.
look good, or what I'm saying, for a male choosing a WNBA game, or because she got a big booty, I'm gonna choose her and end up winning. But then
I've
some,
been crunching numbers for like 6 days.
I'm saying, oh, well,
Sports. It's sports,
because I know
Team
sports.
USA should have won the tournament, but guess what? It's sports and it didn't
Yeah.
happen, like that's just how it is. But I
And now
know
they're
some
getting crazy
NBA
with it with
players.
tennis too. They were just doing matches. Now they're doing like the stats and stuff, like the parlays and stuff, like with other sports. Where you can like bet on the lines and all of that. Now
You can bet on darts if you wanted to. That's how crazy this stuff is. So
Oh, and you can bet on, guess what, Faith? You can bet on pickleball.
now go get signed up. All right,
join, and it's starting to get warm outside, and so now I'm starting to see people outside again. And I'm like, God, go away.
Yep.
They are outside. And they are
so
like,
mad.
they have a whole channel. Like they got whole channels for like pickleball TV. I know one of these days I know I'm gonna eat my words. Like I know it. I know it because
you are. Already
you gonna keep me in one of these paddles. I'll be out there. One of these days.
Come on.
Until then, me and pickleball do not get along. Y'all just think about sports and stuff. I don't like it.
Yep. You trust me, you are going to appreciate it. You'll be like, oh, this is so much better. Oh my God. I need this in my life. Thank you. Speaking of which, everyone, hope y'all enjoyed our show this evening. Tune in next week for the main show. For the Man Cave. The thugs will be back. We are scheduled to have a special guest. You'll be seeing the promo very soon. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow the Platform Sports Talk Show Network all across social media. Just put in the Platform Sports Talk Show. You'll see our logo. Just like, subscribe, share, spread the word about the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. make sure I go on YouTube, subscribe, click on that bell. So anytime we go live, just like we are right now, you will be notified. We also on hot365radio.com. So that to go to the website or download the app as well. Once again, outside of the platform Sports Talk Show, we have Smooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. And yes, Joe, that is a great point. We had to do our MLB predictions. So you guys have to find a way to make that happen as the season will be starting next week. So we'll see what's up. But once again, Smooth Conversations. Make sure y'all go ahead and go on YouTube, put in Smooth Conversations, Smooth the 3 O's. Subscribe. Check out the amazing archive of shows that I have. A lot of amazing guests sharing their stories, being transparent. Check out the district, y'all. Go to beatdistrictradio.com or download the app as well. Once again, it's your boy Smooth. Wait a minute, I ain't even do that yet. We also have Joe Bo from the Boondocks. Got Faith. Make sure y'all get y'all some. Everyone else, y'all have a great rest of.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.